Welcome and welcome back to the channel. If you are here, say hey, drop a comment, feel free to subscribe. I would love for you to stick around. I am so excited to get into today's topic. One, because I'm just in a really good mood. I feel great. It doesn't look great outside, but before I run these errands, I had to come on here and do this video. So obviously we are in the car with it today. Now, if you are watching this video, I feel like most likely you are in an era of trying to get to the place where you are prioritizing yourself, your needs, your wants, everything of the sorts. And maybe you are a people pleaser, maybe you're not. I am a retired people pleaser, and I am so happy to say that. It took some time and some experiences to get here, but I'm glad that I arrived.
One thing about y'all people pleasers, y'all forget y'all one of the people. Are you pleased? Do you have what you require? Are you pleased? You're so consumed with not disappointing other people that you are actively disappointing yourself.
With that being said, I'm going to share everything with you, and hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully it's real short, sweet, and to the point. Number one, this whole thing of like, let them miss out on you. Not gonna lie, I love it here. It's not to sound shady. It's not like this is some type of game. It's the fact that, you know, standing on business and really sticking to your boundaries, it can be a little difficult at times depending on who is with and what exactly is happening. But once you do it and you get through it, it's like, wow, I'm really standing on business about myself, and I love that for me. Like, I'm not letting nobody play with me from here on out. So I feel like the breakdown is going to be two parts. Number one is going to be understanding and establishing boundaries. And number two is going to be your plan of action if or when someone is, you know, wanting to be in your space, but they cannot or do not respect your boundaries. We're going to let Siri do the honors. Hey, Siri. What is the let them theory? The let them theory is a psychological theory that encourages people to let go of their need to control others. So that actually was not the definition I was looking for, but it still ties into what we're talking about, because one thing about it is you cannot control other people, their thoughts or their actions, or even their perception of you. So we are going to throw out the window trying to control how people perceive us. It is quite frankly none of my business how you view me. I know how I present myself. I know what I like, what I don't like, what I accept, how I carry myself. So if you view me as otherwise, that is your business. I cannot control anything you do, anything you think, anything of the sort. So you have to accept that you cannot control other people. The only thing you can control is how you think, how you move, and who you are. Okay, two other good examples of the let them theory is it's a mindset tool that teaches you to just let other people make their choices and live their lives and stop making it your job or responsibility to manage or control what other people are doing. The other example, let them be who they are. You gain control over your own emotional peace and improve your relationships. So we're going to circle back around to all of that in 1 second, but I'm going to hop to my first thing. Number one is you want to establish boundaries. So you want to think about, what are some things that don't make me feel good? What are some things that people might say that I don't like? And you're going to stand on that. You're going to let people know, hey, I would really prefer if you don't do that around me or to me or towards me, or don't say that around me or to me or towards me. Okay? And you are going to be firm on that. The next thing, if you have already laid and mapped it all out and they cannot respect your requests, then you decide what is your course of action going to be, since you cannot control what they are doing. What is your course of action going to be? My course of action is always to remove myself or to fall back. If you want to act like you can't fall in line, I'm going to fall back. I can only control what I do. Therefore, Once you see that I have fallen back or completely just kind of cut it off, then that is up to them to decide how they want to move after that. So either you're going to come to me and apologize, and it's going to be changed behavior, and you're going to respect what I asked you to do or not to do, or you plan to keep moving how you've been moving, and we just cannot coincide in the same space. For me personally, I hate to say this, but I realized that I applied the let them theory to my life, and it began with a family member that I just had a very toxic and turmoil-ish relationship with. I'm not going to go deep into that. That's a whole nother thing. But I did have a toxic relationship with my mom, and it was very taxing on my mental and my peace. Therefore, that relationship is no more. So that person is doing what they're doing, and I'm focusing on what I need to do. Hate that it had to be this way, but that's just the cards that I was dealt, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. I do feel like, even though it's not a flex, let me say that, I feel like I had to take something positive of the outcome of the situation. So I always think back to that when I think about how I am currently. Like, you know what? If you had the strong will to remove yourself from that situation, and this is a person who you share blood with, you shouldn't be letting anybody play with you from this point forward. It just wouldn't make sense. I just can't do it. So it's kind of like, okay, you've had friends who couldn't respect boundaries, and you've had this person to do this that you didn't like, that person did that and knew that you didn't like it, and you were able to go through a whole grieving process, because mind you, I never said it was easy. I have to go through a whole grieving process because I know that I'm no longer going to deal with that person, depending on the severity of what exactly was said or what happened. So I allowed myself to feel my emotions, to go through the situation, and to just remove myself or fall back, because you are going to drain yourself and tire yourself out constantly going back and forth, constantly arguing or constantly cussing people out, constantly fighting. I just don't have the capacity or the energy to do all of that. So I would rather preserve my energy for other things and for the betterment of myself, and just let it go. I am a very, very big advocate for just mental health, prioritizing your peace. And it's just like, the bottom line is continuing to allow disrespect from people around you or in your space is you disrespecting yourself every single time. Especially if you know that this person is not going to change. They're not going to respect how you feel. They're not going to make you feel as important as you would want to, as you make them feel. I just see it as a lost cause. And again, hate that it has to be that way, but you know, you can't control what people do. And let me just say this. More times than not, it almost feels like I've had more power when I remove myself from someone than sitting there going back and forth and trying to force things or trying to force them to see things how I see it. It's a saying that distance makes the heart grow more fond. I feel like that happens in all different types of relationships, not even just if you're in a long distance relationship with a partner. This is anybody. When you go ghost or you cut them off and you allow them to miss you, or you let them miss out on you, it causes them to think. It causes them to think about their actions. It causes them to think about you. I'm telling you, it is a game changer. When you remove yourself, it's like either you gonna act right or I'm gonna exit stage left. So comment down below if anything said in this video helped you, or you know, you have any additional comments. Let me know what else y'all would like to see. I think I am going to get into a little bit of more fashion videos coming up within the next month, because I haven't really been doing my fashion stuff. But that is all that I have for this video, and I hope that I will see you in my next video, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you for tuning in.